Hello friends of Sudoku. This is an ebook level Sudoku from websudoku.com. It's the 27th of January. It's in the afternoon. I'm having my coffee downstairs for dinner in about an hour. And I've been thinking a little bit about culture this afternoon because about 150 meters from here, there is a small backpacker-like hotel. They may have 6 rooms, maybe 8, and that's the extent of it. But instead of having a dog that barks 24/7, as many Vietnamese like to have, they have installed a motion sensor and they have connected it to an amplifier. So about, let's say, 100 to 200 times a day, you hear E-R, E-R in about a distance of 400 meters. And amazingly, no Vietnamese ever complains about this. Not even the neighbor in the same building complain about this. So this is one example of Vietnamese patience. In contrast, there are numerous stories in the country about dog thieves. They steal dogs to sell them to restaurants. And there are numerous occasions where these dog thieves they get killed or beaten and the motorbikes ruined and burned by angry villagers. That's another example of Vietnamese patience or lack of patience. There's just no understanding how they can tolerate noise 24/7, unnecessary noise, mind you, and then they have no patience at all with dog thieves. Well, just something funny to contemplate on a day that is overcast but still 26 degrees. That under the hood, let's continue or let's start with this puzzle, shall we? These two eights block here, right? And we have an 8 coming down here, so this is an 8, and that makes this an 8. One of these must be a 7, so one of these must also be a 7. One of these up here must be a 3 because of the 3 here and the 3 here, right? An 8 must go here or here. And an 8 must go here or here. Six here or here because of the 2 6s here. Let me do a quick count across the bottom row. A 1, 2, 3, and a 7. 1, 7, this is a 2, 3, 1 here, 3 here, nothing much. One of these must be an 8 though. Oh, a 7 can't go here, here or here. It must go here. That was a bit slow, wasn't it? But I found it. Across here we need to find a 1, 3, 4, and a 5. So 1, 4 here, this is a 3 or a 5. This is a 4 or a 9 because in addition to the 4 and a 9, we need a 3 and a 7 and they can't go here. They have to go, the 3 will have to go, oh yeah, the 3 will have to go in one of these two cells and the 7 will have to go here or here. So this is a 4 or a 9. We also have a 4 and a 9 down here, so maybe that will become important a little later. So we got a 3, 6 here, and we got a 3, 6 here. So at least I know that these two cells must be a 3 and a 6. And that leaves me to find a 1, 2, 8, and 9. Actually, one of these must be an 8, and a 1 must go. Hang on. A 1 can't go here or here because they have to be a 6 and a 3, and a 1 can't go here or here either, or here. So this is a 1. And that makes this a 1, of course. So a 3 and a 6 here, still an 8 and a 9 and a 2 to be found. So this is a 2, 9. Or at least we got something. 2, 3, and 7 here. This cannot be a 7. This cannot be a 3. That's not a whole lot of help, is it? But we know now that a 3 must go in one of these 4 cells. Big deal, huh? But now that we found this one, we took away this candidate cell for a 9. So a 9 can't go here, nor can it go here or here. Therefore, this must be the 9 for row 7. Now we need to find a 7, 5, and a 2 for these 3 cells here. And that's also not possible, not just yet anyway. Now we have a 7 and the 7 here, forcing a 7 to go here. And that will give me a 7 for this cell or for this cell, and therefore for this square up here, like so. So one of these will have to be a 7, and 7 comes over here. So one of these will have to be a 7. These 3 squares must be a 4, 2, and a 3. There's a 4 here. So this must be a 4. One of these must be a 4. And then a 2 and a 3. Let's see. Or they could basically go in any of these 3 cells, can't they? Still need a 7 for one of these 2 cells here. This is not so easy. I don't know if I mentioned it, but one of these will have to be a 3, and we know that one of these will have to be a 3. So one of these here must be a 3. And that lets me focus on this cell here. It cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2, it cannot be a 3 then, and it cannot be a 4. It could be a 5, but not a 6, 7, 8, or 9. So yes, it's got to be a 5. And now we need a 1, 3, and a 4 for these cells here. These can't be 1s, so this must be a 1. And these are now 3 and 4. And since a 4 will go in one of these 2 squares, it can't go here, nor can it go here. Therefore, 4 for this column must go here. Now this 4 blocks here, and the 4 here blocks here, making this a 4. And these 2 4s block all the way over here, and the 4 here blocks up here. So this is a 4. So this is now a 3, 4. And what are these 2 here? They have to be a 1 and a 6. These 2 up here must be a 9 and a 3. We have a 3 here, so this is a 9, and this is a 3. And since we know that one of these must be a 3, and we got the 3 coming down here, and we got the 3 here, this must be a 3. And making this a 3, making this a 3, and this a 4, right? And this a 4. These 3 now have to be a 7, 2, and a 5. 7. They still elude me, but this one can't escape. It's got to be a 2. And that makes one of these a 2, right? What's left here? A 5, 6, and a 9. There's a 9 up here, blocking here and here, so this must be a 9. This is now a 5 and a 6, making this a 2. And these, therefore, must be an 8 and a 5. Here we are still looking for a 7 and a 2, aren't we? But we know that one of these must be a 2. Because, why do we know that? Because it just said so. And this 2 blocks over here. This 2 comes down here. So yeah, one of these must be a 2. So a 3 and a 4 here, leaving a 2, 7, a 2, 8, and 9 for these cells here. There's a 9 blocking this cell, and there's a 9 blocking this cell. So this must be a 9. Now we're looking for a 2 and an 8 for these two cells here. But if these are 3 and 4, then these 3 must be a 7, 9, and a 5. And the only digit I've got is a 7 here. So that's not very helpful. But hang on. We got a 7 and a 7 here. One of these is a 7, right? And we have already discussed that the other one will have to be a 2. And that makes this a 1 and a 5. So 1, 5 here, 3, 6 here. Maybe remember that from the very beginning. 2, 4 here, making this a 5 here or here, and a 9 here or here. But we have a 5 here, so this must be the 9, and this must be the 5. So 2 and 7 here, making this a 9. This lonely cell now must be a 6. Still a 2 and a 7 here. I can't believe that I can't get those. 2, 8 here. Oh, hang on. There's a 2 here, of course. So this is a 2 and this is an 8. And that makes this an 8. And this must be an 8. And now this is probably the last, yes, the last 8 of the grid. And that makes this a 5. And therefore, this must be a 5. Now we need a 5 over here on the left side. And I can't place that yet. But 2, 7 here, that makes this a 1. And therefore, this is a 1. And the last digit here, as we recall, has to be a 6, making this a 6. Now, this digit must be a 3, making this a 3. And we are getting there, I think. This was quite a tough puzzle. Or maybe it's because it's late in the day. I'm sure that you will all be judges of that. This is now a 2 and a 4. There's a 2 here. So this is a 4. This is a 2. This is a 4. And this now must be a 2, making this a 2 and this a 2 and this a 7. And we are cooking. This last digit up here must be a 7, making this a 7, and this must be a 5 if I remember correctly. And therefore one of these must be a 5. The other one must be a 9, and we have a 9 in the row. So this is a 5 and this is a 9. this cell must be a 6, making this a 6 here, and this is going to be 5. That was quite a tough puzzle, I have to admit. Or as I said, maybe I'm just tired. But it had a nice flow, and I did kind of enjoy it, even if it felt a little difficult. But I hope that you enjoyed it as well. You probably solved it a lot faster than I did, and if so, more power to you. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.